I always hear about Vince McMahon trying to physically wrestle people. Did you ever witness it?
No, I've heard that too, and I've never seen it. Yeah,
Interesting. I've had Kurt Angle say he shot a double leg on him. Kofi
yeah,
Kingston was encouraged by Chris Jericho to be like, "We got to fight," because he
yeah.
said that's the only way Vince would respect him. And then Bobby Lashley said that Vince will sometimes pummel underhooks in on him and try to
That's
like
funny.
get in on him, which I think is
That's
funny.
funny, huh?
Did you
Yeah, I've
have
heard the stories too.
did you have much interaction with him this past run? Because I know a lot of your work was at the Performance Center.
None. I
Really?
mean, maybe. So he came to the performance center one time. The whole time I was there.
Was that the most
Uh,
recent time?
yeah, yeah,
Interesting.
maybe 6 months ago. And I was always the guy in the talent meetings. Or any meeting in life, really. I would sit in the back row and not want to be seen,
Yeah.
And I was like, he came there, he gave a speech, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to sit in the front row and I'm going to be the first one to ask a question because I feel like I have a legitimate question,
Yeah.
right? So because they're always going out and doing these tryouts for all these athletes, NFL and Major League Baseball and, everything but, bowlers and golfers, pretty much they're hiring, right? So I said, and I'd had this idea for a while where, like Broadway shut down. All of these live shows around the world shut down, right? And all these people, performers, were out of work. So I said to Vince, I was one first. I asked the second question. I said, "We're always doing these tryouts for these athletes. Has there any thought to doing a tryout specifically designed for these live theater performers?
Yeah.
Because I can remember going to see it was Lion King on Broadway. And there were
Yes.
these dudes swinging around up on the stage. They're shredded. They look like athletes. They were probably athletes at some point in their life, got hurt, and then fell into theater, or maybe they just looked like an athlete.
Mason
But
Mason Ryan went from wrestling to Cirque du Soleil.
that's it, right? So that's what we do. We're live event performers who react off crowds. And so you would take these people who look like athletes, but they understand the importance of the theatrical part. Because sometimes that's a hard thing to teach, say, like a football player who's
Sure.
been taught, hey, just win, 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 get that ball in that end zone. You don't worry about the crowd. Whereas somebody who's done, a show every single day, two shows on the weekends, they might understand. So I said, is there any thought to doing an open tryout for these people? And his answer was, we are not actors. We
Wow.
react. We react. And I was like,
Interesting.
okay, I guess that's dead in the water. Even though we have acting class and promo class and bringing in acting coaches, we're not actors. So
It's
I thought it
interesting.
was I thought it was a good point, but I don't think he knew who I was. I honestly don't know. I'm sure he got my reports that the live event
Sure.
reports go out to everybody. I'm sure he got those that I would write with the name Scott Garland on there, but I don't know if he knew that I was the guy that played this Scotty Too Hotty
I
character
mean,
years
I,
ago.
I posted that tweet. Like, you look younger now than you did in '99, so he
Thanks,
might
man.
not believe it, but you do look
Yeah, I don't know.
significantly
It was
different.
never. I never got any feeling that he knew who I was. See, I remember I saw him in Toronto. We had a takeover in Toronto, and we went to I think it was Survivor Series. A bunch of us went to that, and I saw him in the back. He just happened to be coming out of his office as I was walking by. I shook his hand, but I don't know if he knew who I was. And then the only other interaction was that time at the Performance Center.
Yeah.
So I honestly did it for most of that time. It was good just to fly under the radar and just be left alone and do my job, But
Well, the way Gallows tells it, like, he doesn't believe that Vince knew he was Festus either. Like, he doesn't think that.
probably, yeah, yeah,
That meeting was shortly before NXT 2.0 became a thing. Like, was that the
right,
purpose of it, or do you remember like a specific purpose? I just remember getting all kinds of messages from people being like, Vince and Bruce are coming to the Performance Center, and that doesn't happen.
yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was like eggshells around there before it happened. Nobody really knew why they were coming. And then, Hunter told us it was a good thing. And, he just wants to talk to us and kind of give us his direction on where he wants to go with this thing. And then all of a sudden it changed.